her fault. Depends on who you asking. She tried to be a stripper, but the tip out was taxing. Buying all the purses, trying to keep up with the fashion. And her mama hated babysitting with a passion. She deserved better circumstances. A black queen, she should have been blessed with certain chances. Look down upon, getting all of hurting glances. Making men change up all the twerking stances. She never cried about the pain, only gritted her teeth. But most soldiers never get a flower or a wreath. She like G.I. Jane in the war with no relief. Don't recognize why killers was going through her beat. She said more prayers than the nun did. After seeing so much struggles with only one kid, the clinic said baby number 2 couldn't be undid. 9 months later, delivery and it's one big. But this time it was an older dude. But the shit happened so fast, she barely know the dude. Damn, but we all make mistakes though. And the older we get, that's how mistakes go. So he claimed the baby, now with no money. He said shit was hard and his dollars was kinda funny. Real was feeling like that was strike 2. So when it rains and pours, that's just how life do. She was thinking about her childhood and how life flew. Her daddy she always loved, but she never quite knew. This was before the bags and the cellulite grew. Other bitches in her shoe, no telling what they might do. You lose a lot of friends, they start to despite you. Passing judgment when they don't got the right to. And even though I love the gangsters, the same for the gangsters. I remember you no matter how big the fame gets. Paint a perfect picture, baby you can frame this. As long as I'm slapping, you will never be nameless. While I was robbing, you did things that was shameless. Both products of our environment, we was blameless. They deserve better, those women who raised men. Out of town with us in that day's end. The ones we leave on the streets when them days in. Got slammed right with us when the feds blaze in. Not only men is going through it on the wild turf, but the women too. Add that to the childbirth. Kids raising kids, not knowing what a child worth. How you walk in they shoes when every mile hurt. Turn down the nigga, now you can't get respect from him. Think you should fuck just cause you got a check from him. It's bad, ask him where is his pad. Them broke niggas always bitter and it's sad. So what they done to you, they done to me, they done to us. So when I speak of real niggas, just know you one of us. Yes.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. Yeah, you know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry's show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn because I'm gonna make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have Nots to be like 5% shorter each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to pick this up. I'm sorry. I love the Have and the Have Nots, and I continue to watch it in its 5th season. But I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back, and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
They just want to get the point across.
It's not but you don't get the point for 4 episodes. It's too much. So, now according to ET Online reports, Tyler Perry has a pre-cut and dried response to a pretty cut and dry response to the rumors about him and Oprah. Here's what he says. It's completely false.
What was that? That was your Tyler Perry impression? Oh, God. What?
That was my Medea voice.
Oh, gotcha.
Nothing is accurate in this article except for mine and Oprah's names. That's what he said. I mean, you see what I mean? You gotta stick around. I mean, every Tuesday at 7 p.m., I mean, they pay us to do this. So we go off every week right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. You're like an internal.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello, meow, my kittens. Welcome back. This is the Cocktail Social. I'm your host, Blue Waters, and these are my socialites. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, did y'all?
Oh my God, wonderful. It was great.
It was? Did you cook?
Of course.
Did you cook?
I did.
I cooked twice.
Oh.
That's shady. That was shady.
They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to bake.
Wait a minute, I'm 30-something. What you mean? I cooks and bakes.
But you ain't give me no plate.
Oh, I mean, it's Thanksgiving. You know, you should have cooked for your family.
Where is your mic at, sir?
Oh, I don't have it.
Yes, what is going on with you?
This wasn't a part of the plan.
It was a part of the plan. You need to read the text that I sent you. Anyway, I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I went and I spent it with my sister. It was quiet though. It wasn't the turn up that I'm used to.
That's the best
sister.
She's good.
Oh my
She's
God.
good.
Tell her I said hello.
Well, you probably asleep. Are you coming to the?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So are you coming to the social?
I was nobody invited
I just
me anyway.
invited you.
See?
Just then.
See? The invite was there.
It's right there.
Oh wow.
On there, online, ChristianMingle.com.
If you done put it there,
Christian Mingle.
you like a little Christian Mingle. They the ones that's really
They hoes.
will give you your
They
time.
more hoes than the hoes on the
Are you
street.
growing up?
Oh, I feel attacked.
You used to like a good Christian every now and again. I remember.
Back in the tambourine days.
I done moved on the drums, baby. No time.
That's moving up. That's a good rhyme. The drummers do.
They get paid first.
You don't want none of the choir.
This drink is really delicious. Like, it's the right amount of cinnamon. It's the right amount of everything.
They would have getting a good milkshake without the alcohol.
He did, and this is called Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You should start posting them online.
Yeah, like your drinks, like how you make them.
I'm sure the folks at home are curious as to what you drink.
Put who you using. Maybe you get some endorsements, sponsors and stuff.
You should.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what he's supposed to
I'm
be
trying to
doing,
get Jameson.
I just.
Yes.
trying to get them. I stayed with Jameson.
Let me tell you something. That Friday night threesome I used to have.
Oh, wait, you said threesome?
Me, Mr. Bubble, and Mr. Jameson.
Oh, okay. We talking about something else.
Oh, yeah. I
was about to say, come on. Cocktail social. I'm ready to hear about these threesomes.
You want details. I want to know where the leg was.
Because I bought this for us to take shots of.
Yeah, you
And I got the cups too, but no.
What is it called? Jägermeister. If you ever, this will have you in a hostel being butt raped by a donkey.
Now, I'm explaining to you. I'm not a prude when it comes to drinking. At one point, he's been there before.
Speaking from experience.
But I just, alcohol and me don't really mix. You remember Christmas a number of years ago?
Oh my God, I remember a lot of parties.
Right, and I'm not a drinker.
You were never a drinker.
Right, that doesn't.
I mean, we would have a great time, but
all I remember is believe.
Believe. We play Phase 10 with a person about to get out. They be like, believe, and they put down. Hopefully, it's the card that gets them out. A lot of times they believe too hard. So
I'm not a.
Yeah, it's all
alcohol. It brings out, I think, certain parts of you that you kind of keep. Suppressed.
So you're in
that don't need to be out. No, I wasn't a thigh.
He said suppressed. No.
Oh, his time is already out.
I'm not even angry. I just become very contentious and very.
So you messing with people's mans and shit.
I remember coming home with no coat on. No, I'm not doing that.
With someone else's coat on.
Mama, it was a Christmas, and I just remember not having a coat on. I don't remember nothing from the party. I remember Believe. It was a girl that had a Believe t-shirt on.
Oh my G.
It was out Sedonia.
Believe.
Yeah. Stealing people's shit.
It was a Believe Christmas.
It was. It really was.
So what's been going on with y'all for the week? What's new? What's Bleu?
I mean,
you can say it.
Oh well, I just signed up to audition for The Voice. So
where's it gonna be at? It's gonna be in DC.
It's gonna be in Baltimore.
Oh, okay, they come to Baltimore.
I'm at the 7 a.m. run because the 2
Don't be late.
Closed.
Sorry, you better wake up at 5 so you can
Oh,
up your
they're normally in line longer than that.
I'm gonna wake up at like 4 o'clock. I'm going to, and then I'm gonna be.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Oh my gosh.
No.
Why did you do that?
Well, with me, it calms me. So when I go, I'm not nervous.
What about your throat?
We need you.
Oh, my throat be fine. Trust me.
We need you to be in A1 vocal shape because you representing Baltimore. You representing Feathers High School. You representing.
You're right. I'm just speaking from nerves right now, but I think I'm gonna be just fine. I'm not gonna go in there nothing intoxicated. I'm gonna be totally.
Get a little boom boom pen. How to relax you.
Please decode.
You know what boom boom means.
I mean, I might just do that.
But first of all, he don't need to be doing that either because that might ruin this. Because he get up there and sound like a frog because we don't know what.
I didn't say screaming. I ain't say boom boom.
We don't know what's being boomed because if his vocals being boomed.
No, you don't put it in your mouth.
Where's space though?
What are we talking? Listen, I'm not doing none of that night.
I hope not.
And relax. You looking for something to relax you?
No, not that.
I'm gonna need you to just.
Don't relax.
I'm just gonna just meditate and pray and
listen to the song.
Yes.
Understand
and get the emotion. Yes. Come on.
Stage presence. Don't be nervous.
No.
Eye contact. And have your outfit on point.
Yes.
Get one of these drag queens out here that sell.
No.
You about to make you feel.
No.
Well, that's part of the package.
Listen, no.
But that's part of the whole package, though. You gotta be memorable.
No.
Everybody else
wear one of them checks that you wear some of them assless checks that
the leather ones. It's cold out. It'll be appropriate.
I mean, you'll get through. Because I know about 2 out of 3 of them panelists is going to love it.
Wait now. Hold on.
You might get a phone number into it. Can I have a number now? What?
What's been going on with you? Tell me something good.
Something good.
Tell me something good.
See that?
Yeah.
Great minds.
No, everything is good. Thanksgiving just went by. I cooked for the first time in Lodi's maybe 15 years.
The full dinner?
Oh my goodness, 15.
Yeah, because I usually go to my mom. She cooks 2 turkeys and 2 hams every year. So why do I need to cook?
I'm never not cooking again. Never.
Yeah.
Never. I'm tired of these.
I'm going to cook again too.
I always cook something for myself. But, just something in case it snows or something. I won't be SOL or I get a bad dinner like I did this year. Like, how you go to 2 different houses?
Oh no. Both houses were bad?
Yeah, like the macaroni and cheese look like lasagna. Shout out to Derek.
Ladies and gentlemen, the shade. The shade.
I'm just saying. It said something about our parents. Like a lot of people didn't pass down certain things. And the second house I went to, and I was like, oh, everything's saucy. Like, no. Everything got juice to it. Like,
but you can't say that the parents didn't pass down. Like me, I kind of.
Well, they passed that down.
I kind of moved away from my mother's way of cooking. Like, you cook the cabbage to death. You cook the greens to death.
I can take fresh.
Yeah.
But when it's just nasty, no, that's not.
Was it their first time trying it?
No, they cook. Oh, they all got children, so they cook.
But that's probably why some of the children out here miserable.
It might have been a Pinterest recipe.
I don't know. These are hood. These are Westport people. They don't Pinterest.
He just tried Westport.
I'm from Westport, so I'm not.
Well, how you know your food cooking? You might have old geriatric taste buds.
I mean, I don't over season my food, but I cook with my season.
Well, he did.
I don't decorate with.
I'm still stuck on the.
It was saucy.
I was stuck on the macaroni and cheese looking like lasagna.
Oh no! But the shade is he took pictures of it.
No,
that's the shady part. Like
Then we gotta bring up a picture.
This is what your macaroni should look like.
I was telling people. They're like, "What is that?" I was like, "That's vegan macaroni and cheese." Vegan lasagna.
He said it.
You thought it was vegan lasagna?
I was telling everybody who walked past the table. That's what it. Because that's what it looked. The top looked real saucy, real marinara sauce, cheesy
with the macaroni.
Yeah, you couldn't even see the macaroni. It had that thick. No, it wasn't so. It just looked that way. Like the cheese had got to a reddish.
No.
Maybe you used
you understand me. I'm not explaining it.
Too much paprika.
Love you too, Miss
Too much paprika. Too much. They chopped up a bunch of parsley and it looked real Christmas tree-ish. It looked crazy.
And you put it on your plate?
No, I did not.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I went to this Italian restaurant and they made a homemade macaroni and cheese, which was bomb. And they did have marinara sauce on top of it. It was actually really. I mean, it's noodles and cheese.
Yeah, but he didn't do that.
Yeah, but it's just how you season and prepare it. Ooh,
that's not what I asked for.
Oh my god!
And then every year, my friend's house, they do a competition between 2 people. So this year it was a pie contest, and this girl used apple butter instead of using real apples for apple pie.
Apple butter.
It looked real help. Eat this shit pie-ish. Look it.
That's the type of pie the homeless would have threw back at you.
It looked horrible. It was really horrible.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
And you well, this house gonna have something. I can. Oh no.
Well, I have a question. Stuffing or dressing? Which did you have?
They're both the same
They're
thing.
not.
They're totally both the same thing to me.
Stuffing is actually in the turkey, and dressing sits outside the turkey. It's made outside. The turkey.
Oh, great! I made both.
Stuffing is normally.
So that's the difference between stuffing and dressing.
No, stuffing is the one that you literally shove.
Stuffing.
Yeah, but it's more bready. Isn't it?
Well, I don't know because they call stovetop stuffing.
Well, I'm talking about in terms of it being
So it's the same. It's just the fact
to me, it's the same.
It's where you put it, but stuffing.
Okay.
The stuffing inside of the turkey. That's why they call it stuffing. And it absorbs the juices.
So every time you eat stovetop stuffing, you're supposed to stuff it.
Stovetop stuffing is a lie.
Stovetop stuffing is just a seasoning, basically.
Oh, got you.
That's
so
part of it.
Croutons.
Yes, but some people stop there. That's why I say it's more bready. Some people's stovetop is just bready because they just add the bread to the seasoning. And where's the sausage? Where's the juice?
Sausage.
There you go.
There you go. Add the extra shit in there.
That's
if you just listen, you need to put in a medium saucepan some motherfucking diced up celery and onions with some butter and season it with some sage. Come on.
And you don't put no meat in it?
Girl, no. Who puts
You
meat
stuff that into the turkey.
No,
That's
sir.
So you don't put
That's all the meat I need. No.
You can.
You can.
The bougie people do that.
But I don't do that.
I don't want that.
Well,
You need
bougie
to stop
meat.
watching Martha.
No, that's how my mother.
Before jail. No, before jail. She got hood afterwards.
I mean, she smoked the weed and everything.
We put cornbread in there.
She smoked the weed and everything.
Yeah.
You watching pre-jail Martha. You need to watch after jail Martha. Okay.
That's how I was raised.
He's
With the hot sausage.
Actually, I've seen it done, and I actually wouldn't mind tasting it, but I would never
I'll
do
make you
it.
some. It's delicious.
Is it? Okay.
And I put the cornbread.
Introduce us. Bring a plate next
Well, with that being said, bring us all a place of your sausage stuffing.
I got you.
And we'll be right back after this commercial break. This is the Cocktail Social. Get your cocktail, join us, and we'll have our first cocktail question. Salud.
I would really.
Listen to this flashback of Skyline Radio Show.
So where we at? Where we talk about the effects and what's going on in these schools.
Yes.
And what people don't understand. Just real briefly, I just want to talk a little bit about what people say bullying is or is not. So bullying comes in many forms. It's a teasing, it's the cyberbullying, it's the texting, it's the phone calls, it's the posting of pictures and people's personal information to pretty much cause them harm, to have them feel insecure. It's the sex assaults that people actually put out there. There are physical assaults, and there are mental assaults and emotional assaults. And what I like to remind individuals that any aggressive behavior towards anyone that is unwanted and unwarranted, and an individual asks you to stop. Let's stop there. Stop.
And they should be respecting that.
Respecting that and respecting yourself, because when you're able to respect another person, you're able to respect yourself.
Right.
And the way that you're able to show that respect is that you know that you have a gift and you know you're uniquely made and that you matter, and then you also acknowledge that the next person beside you matters as well.
Right.
You know, and we lose that sometimes. Bullying is a behavior that underestimates the lives and legacy of you. I'm sure when they was bullying me, and I'm sure when they was bullying you, they didn't understand who you're going to become later on. I didn't know.
Right, because I'm popping. I can't All right, let me tell you, all those people who felt like they wanted to say whatever to me, look at me now. It's like, no, y'all don't understand, but I've been through some things, okay?
And you know what? No. I applaud you and I salute you, because a lot of times we do not take the time to say, I'm okay, and I'm okay with me, and there's nothing wrong with me, and I'm amazing, and I'm blessed, and I'm strong, and I matter.
Join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Skyline Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Far into this unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song with my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that you can't get enough, show enough. do whatever you like. Hands off for me. Oh no, she couldn't. Hands off for me. So let's slide, you and me alone, to find who we really are. Crash into something new. I got that lamp hanging up the car. Told me you kiss, told me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, I wanna take you, but we gotta cruise so we can lose the crowd. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay cool, live it cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that you can't get enough, show me love, she couldn't. Hands off for me. Oh no, she couldn't. Hands off for me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark, showing love, she couldn't. Hands off for me. We do whatever you like. Hands off for me. Oh no, she couldn't. Hands off for me.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We need somewhat.
Something was going to somebody's phone.
Yeah.
I mean,
who was you letting have it on Facebook the other day?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he just going off.
Well, see, I don't respond to people directly anymore on.
Are we live?
Mm-hmm. They got me eating. The setup was real.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when did you saw?
Let's go. The real.
Wow. I did not know it.
The real
welcome back to the Cocktail Social. Like, I didn't know. I was like, wait, what's going on?
I looked at your phone. I was wearing that pizza out.
Right, you tearing it up. Welcome. I'm your host, Waters. This is the Cocktail Social. These are my socialites, and we have gotten in full swing. We have this wonderful cocktail called the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and it's getting everyone where they need to be. Rum chata and fireball. Yeah. And it's really good.
And you was slurping that like down that
really
ain't burning.
It's really good. So I was informed. I had a critique from someone, and they were like, y'all show is, really racy. There's a lot of curse words.
Whoa, go to church.
Those are the tastiest ones.
And you're a little, and y'all are funny, but y'all don't really talk about anything but sex. And I was like, well, because it isn't true, but I know that sometimes we can get carried away with sex. But I enjoy talking about sex because I like sex.
No, I'm not a prude like that. That's a prude.
I do like sex.
Just keep going.
We'll find it.
I do like sex, and I do like to talk about sex. I don't think people talk about it enough.
It's good for you.
And so that's a problem. But I like to talk about some other things, and I do see and hear a lot of other things. But I don't like to do shows that I see everybody do. And I think that most of the people are doing shows that are social political, and it gets kind of redundant. But I said, you know what? Because I listen to my kittens and I appreciate y'all response. I appreciate all of your responses and everything like that. I said that I would have a cocktail question.
Is this the macaroni and cheese? I didn't want
No.
I'm sorry.
What is that on top of it?
For my kittens out there, we were just looking at a picture of someone's macaroni and cheese, and I swear it looked like roaches was just walking.
It was a Thanksgiving fail. I'm sorry.
It looked like they baked the roaches that was living inside the oven. They fell on the position.
When it started heating up, oh no!
Everybody
I quit.
I hope this person not watching. Oh, you gonna have
You gonna piss all the vegans off. They're coming for you.
Oh my goodness.
No.
I don't want none of it.
I don't want to taste none of that.
I don't want none of
You know how normally you go to someone and be like, oh, bitch, make me a plate.
I'm good.
That plate would have.
I'm gluten free.
You ate Chinese food on Thanksgiving?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Baby.
You thought it was chicken.
Well, this was like, I try to see this.
That's black peppercorn wrap.
Good night. You going down. You
Slow
going
roasted.
down. You are going down.
Would you want that or the black pepper too?
I have the black pepper chicken.
What was your question?
No, so I had this question, and it was because, well, I don't disclose what I do, but I do some social and humanitarian work.
Okay.
But I don't disclose it because that's not for you, and I don't want no one to know what I do.
All right. Humanitarian.
Social and humanitarian work.
That's not a streetwalker?
It can be. It can definitely be a streetwalker. Because as a streetwalker, as a prostitute, many of those times, I'm helping a lot of people out there. I mean, for coin.
Okay.
Helping them to help.
I mean, everyone needs help.
Help
doesn't
me,
matter.
help me.
I saved a lot of relationships.
Did you?
Come on here and talk about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wife better thank me for sending
I
that
taught him
husband
that
back home.
thing. I used to have a T-shirt.
I sent that husband home.
The Bleu that I knew. Well, back in my day, the Bleu I knew destroyed relationships. So.
Wait.
Hold. Wait a minute.
How much you got this?
Well,
that's Bleu Confidential coming out over there.
They said a change is going to come.
I can't stand out. I can't.
But it's nothing but a person that used to do it to tell someone how not to. But you can go from experience.
Yeah.
First of oil. First of oil.
Of oil.
He said that I destroyed relationships.
You said not.
I was a help to the relationship.
You were an agent of change.
Can you expound on that?
He opened them up because they thought it was tight.
Wait a minute.
Let's start right there.
Hold on.
Go.
Open.
The person says, right, exactly. Here we go. Magic before your very eyes. Oh, how did you get them open? And we keep that between us.
Well, if you have
destroyed relationships. Okay. And you had the cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh, see how we ended right back at sex?
We did. We did. Damn. Go to your question.
No, but it's going to end up.
No, what's your question?
No, she wasn't a holy roller.
Oh, it was a she.
She was a she. But her feedback was it was sexual.
It always is.
But why was your first a question? Was she a holy roller?
But I was trying to get out of him who it was.
Oh, okay.
I'm good, so you don't know.
Because they always try to talk against something. Because holy rollers always try to talk against something they do the most after dark.
I literally, my parents retired. We literally had a whole hour conversation on my lunch break
about sex.
Days ago. About sex and about how church people are so bound in.
So that's one of the reasons why I want to be a sex therapist, because there's so many like young Christian couples. No, seriously, like I really want to serve that base, that population. There's so many like young people who getting married. Like they get together and it's like, I can't do that with my mouth.
No, because we go to church and forget that we supposed to come as ourselves. I'm not saying you're supposed to be having sex in the altar,
right?
But
and your dad is church,
right? But people think that because you cross over the threshold of the church, all of those desires go away. If you're only hiding them, because if we all in here horny, we all bringing that energy to church.
And all I'm saying is, if you marry, Jesus can come too.
Oh wow! Wait a minute.
If you married,
I did too, and I was like, first question. Because my mind went. No, we're not.
A female pastor taught me that.
No, we're not going to. We're not. No.
No, but that's her thing is once you marry, the marriage bed is undefiled. You can swing from
Salem fans, if you want to, if you married, you can do whatever you want to do.
You can do that not married.
We talking inside the church. We talking in the church now.
But
it's folks
Listen.
in church who are married who are like, oh no, Jesus, I can't do that.
Oh baby, I tell people
like,
this
well,
all
why
the time.
not?
The difference between a church girl and a hoe is that a church girl wear a longer skirt. That's the only difference.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, this was back in the 90s when someone said that line.
That was in the late 1900s, sir.
You
The late night hunt.
She got a long shirt on. She got something to hide.
She probably got red toenails too.
Herpes.
No, who said anything about herpes?
Oh, short skirts, you can see everything, so.
I hope you can't see her in a short skirt.
Where's the bell? I need the bell.
What grade she got? What grade? Okay.
Oh, no.
Like eagle eggs.
Wait a minute.
You got hemorrhoids like eagle egg. That's not good.
That requires surgery.
Talking about I'm getting preparation H.
No,
not at all.
No.
You done.
Yeah. You just need to hang up your sex vegan macaroni. It was made with vegans.
Not that man macaroni and cheese look like him.
Sir.
I can't.
Nope.
Your
I'm not doing
macaroni
this
and
to y'all.
cheese, that's the read of all reads. Your macaroni and cheese look like
hemorrhoids.
Instead of butter, put preparation H on top, right? Help it out.
When I say this, when the picture I showed you,
that's going down, sir.
And you had to. It looked like it was cut like it was lasagna. It was perfectly sliced.
It was like only about that much going. People was that's the first thing to go.
So that's how it was at the end of the night.
At the end of the night.
Oh, the Thanksgiving. Baby. Can I ask one question real quick before we move on to that question on Thanksgiving? What are, each person can answer, what are the 3 things that is a must-have at Thanksgiving, and if they don't have it, you're leaving?
A turkey.
Stuffing. I can do without turkey. I can do without turkey. I only like turkey wing tips.
Yeah.
But that's still turkey though,
You've got a point.
It's still turkey.
Give me turkey, gravy, mac and cheese. I'm good. No, I'm sorry. Stuffing, gravy, mac and cheese. Stuffing, not dressing.
Got you.
I mean, dressing. Macaroni and cheese. And I need a moist.
Come on, moist
turkey.
I need a turkey that's
I don't like no dry.
You like a brine turkey?
Brine turkey.
I'm afraid to brine a turkey. I'm
afraid
I'm gonna make it salty.
Don't put no salt in it.
You don't put nothing.
No. Actually, if you
after you brine it, then that's it.
After you brine it, you're supposed to season as you would, but you're not supposed to have that brine on it. You're supposed to
I know you're supposed to rinse it, but it's still in it, right?
Yeah, but that's good.
It's good though.
It's basically what's the word? It's marinated.
Yeah.
In the brine.
And I put onions in mine.
But you don't
like
totally
the
rinse it up like you do like roast beef or something.
Okay.
You don't do it that much. But the brine.
I need y'all number so I can call you when I
You can mix your seasoning in the brine.
Oh really?
I make mine with sage, rosemary.
Oh, that's fancy.
You use fresh rosemary in
Yeah, because when I
have you tried the black Himalayan sea salt? Baby.
Cause I get dirty. I was doing too much with the food. But I'm like, they doing too much.
So I made fresh charred garlic, rosemary, Brussels sprouts the other day, and I used the pink Himalayan, and it just brought out so much flavor.
Have you put maple syrup on your Brussels sprouts?
No, but I'm trying different flavors because I love Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. If you oven roast them with carrots and pour a little maple syrup on
we talked about food the whole
and
time.
bacon, right?
This is the second Thanksgiving.
Food and sex.
I haven't really eat. One, I cut back, so I wasn't going to do multiple plates anyway. But I mean, I just miss people who know how to actually cook.
Right.
All this foo-foo Pinterest shit that y'all
Well,
doing.
you come to his party, you have
Yeah.
to release it. I hope everyone that's cooking know how to cook.
We'll play them type of games. Have you seen my ass?
Oh, okay. And can everyone please list what they're making? Because I don't want double.
I'll put that in the list now.
I can make the macaroni
I'm
cheese.
doing
I'm
double
calling it
eggs.
already.
I already called it.
Okay.
So
And cake gravy.
Okay, the cake.
So my three real quick is sweet potatoes, the greens, and macaroni and cheese.
Would you say green?
Yes, baby.
Oh, I love.
You can do green for a long time.
Lord, we done talked about Thanksgiving.
Oh, we ain't get to none of the questions.
It sounds like I feel a little bitter
I need
because
my stuffing, I need turkey, and I need yams.
Yams.
And I'm gonna use four. I need the
I need cranberry sauce.
not the little fruit shit.
Oh, you
I
Gucci.
need to have the rings around.
The rings matter. That's how you how to cut it.
Sitting on that shelf.
The rings help you to do the cutting right.
Yeah, just to help you. Yeah.
Come
And you're
on,
never gonna cut it
cranberry
right 'cause
sauce.
you're gonna
That's
and
what
you're gonna mash it with your turkey.
Your turkey and your mashed potatoes.
Have you ever made a sandwich with it?
Oh, it's so good, honey.
Oh my God, mayonnaise, cranberry, stuffing, turkey.
No, my
What?
cousin made egg rolls this year.
Yeah.
That was doing too much, but she
That's
mixed
fancy.
she mixed the cranberry with the
But wait, hold that thought, because we got to go on break.
We do.
I mean, but this is the cocktail social, and let me tell you, as you can see, we were talking about Thanksgiving. We're still stuck because that meal was.
No, not all the meals.
Not all the meals. Not no vegan lasagna.
No, don't do it.
But what you will do is you will get your cocktail.
Yes.
You will join us because I promise you, we're going to have a cocktail question after this commercial break.
And let us know what you like for Thanksgiving. What you gotta have.
I'm going to take them in there.
Yeah, that is good. Oh my God, baby.
I
Oh, baby.
wish what's her name was here for the Thanksgiving.
Joanne, Christie.
Yeah.
Christie coming. Oh my God.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange radio show.
Any trouble, because I get into any trouble, but I had a problem that this then became a discussion at that workplace environment. Now, the discussion was I should have been more sensitive. In what way was my first response? And I guess when I had to meet with that said person who had the issue with the person who was said leader of that organization.
Okay.
I said, well, to that person, how would I have known that? Well, you should have asked.
I think so. You want my opinion?
It was a circle, and I was willing to go on that merry-go-round.
You are better than most.
Yeah.
I think that's normal when you're in a group and there's norming. Most of the time when you're in new work environments or you're in a space where you're getting to know people, it's normal now to ask for people's preferred pronouns. You wouldn't have known that.
Normal to who? What is normal?
Well, you work in social. You work in social innovation and
my pronouns, so it's not normal to me.
You don't, but I think because I feel like the person was probably offended because they felt like you were not honoring whoever they are, right? But you wouldn't have known that.
Still to this moment, I don't know what their pronouns are. So in that
they didn't offer
circle, we still don't know. So I'll go as far as saying I perceived it to be a she.
Perceive them to be a she.
Them.
Yeah.
Her, him, they,
them. It seems like they, them would be the easiest one on this one.
Join us every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. for the Artist Exchange radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned, then fucked over. But remain strong through the Passover. Kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me to let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pan I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I beat the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't save it, it'll be too loud on the pedal stool. Don't carry favors, always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patience run there, yeah, nigga OT. Cause they wanna see me down like I'm an NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me. Say I help you out if you can help yourself. I keep it G till I DIE. Now excuse me while I get back to PC. HOP ain't losing sleep while your third eye always on me. I'm steady green just to feed the team. My boo, she know that I'm king when chasing my dream. These niggas it seems I rip them, trash them, then put on new jeans. Man, see the problem is, man, you know, I keep it 100, man. You know what I mean? Like, if I got it, then you got it. You know what I mean? But if I don't got it, then I'ma give it. You feel me? But I definitely got you through the ride, man. Let's get it, yo.
I'm really getting tired of ungrateful ass niggas. They really about to turn me to a hateful ass nigga. Like I was never there when you never had figures. Pull triggers for you niggas when you caught up in the trenches. Man, I really don't get it. I don't know what's going on, but I really don't feel it. Niggas really know that I've been there from the beginning. But the more I see niggas side switch, it make me wanna bring it closer to the end. And that's why I can't fuck around with these niggas.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Relax.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social, and we just Miss Mizell just joined us.
Hi.
Hey,
all right. What's going on?
Hey, all right.
Please.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah. Be very careful.
Listen. And so you were saying, I was just having a conversation while we were away. We were talking about me having a child, and I was told, I was explaining that I was asked to have a child. I was asked to procreate with someone.
He said the old-fashioned way?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I would do it though.
That's the poison, man.
I would, if it was the old fashioned, I wouldn't mind having sex with a woman and having a turkey baster.
Excuse me.
Excuse
me, darling. Could you excuse yourself, please? Thank you. And thank you.
Yeah, I'm 7 years past. I probably would have helped all of you, but I cut off 7 years ago. I'm sorry.
Can I tell you something? She was getting it.
She was like,
look like she can't hear us out there.
Procreate. Okay, that's another word. They won't be talking in code around me.
She like, child, I can hear you.
But she still.
But still.
But the thing is, so I was saying that I was considering it, and I still am. I mean, I wouldn't mind having, but see, my issue is that I don't want to have that midlife looking child where
that bitch be old in the face.
That old baby.
Like, why the baby look so stern?
Wise.
55 and older. I think once they get to like 50 something.
They start.
All the genetics.
Janet Jackson baby look great.
Yeah.
I think she paid somebody had a baby for him.
Oh,
she carried the baby. But the guy she had it with was young, so
that helps.
Yeah.
That helps.
Because two old asses together, it's gonna be some genes that turn on. Some genes that turn on that ain't supposed to turn on. Some chromosomes that come out geriatric. It's wrong. Some stuff you just shouldn't do.
You got a chance to your baby having what's it? Not Down syndrome.
Yeah, that too. Down syndrome.
Being autistic.
Yeah.
But I work with autistic children, so I wouldn't have a problem.
Right, but I mean,
but
there are other things that can happen.
Ooh, God, working on it. She just took it right out.
I did. But going on, I was gonna say something. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it back. Yeah, it was about about to jump right on in there. I was gonna say that. But somebody was gonna take it the wrong way, and I was like, you know, we ain't got time for that.
Better like I said, huh?
Nobody. I tell you when the camera's on.
Well, you better wait and look at
step into behind the scenes. Oh yeah, they do be. Okay. They probably listening. I know they be listening because you be talking about something random, and the next thing you know, it'll pop up in your commercials and your ads and stuff in your phone. I be like, they listening.
So the first cocktail question.
Right. That part. Do you have anal itch? It should pop right up on your screen.
No, thank you.
I'm why anal itch. That's leakage.
It's amazing how you come right in on the conversation because we was just talking about hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids.
I don't even know that.
The hemorrhoidal.
About Mizell.
They got to get the bell.
So I'm gonna go to the cocktail question.
Okay.
My lord.
His hemorrhoid.
Lasagna.
His hemorrhoid. The first question is the same question.
Okay.
It is. Because I said I was considering the feedback that I received from my kittens out there. So the first question is.
Let me know what the feedback was.
So the feedback was that we raw. We curse a lot.
Yes.
We laugh a lot.
Yes.
And we talk about sex a lot.
Yeah.
And so,
pretty much.
And my explanation was that
the problem comes in where?
And my explanation, and even to you, because some of you may not understand what the show is, and the show is basically it's a happy hour.
Right.
This is a cocktail social. This is the conversation that you would have with your friends if you were at a bar. And you had some
drinks.
cocktails.
It's the bar.
Right. The bar.
Smitty.
And the cocktail.
Wings,
Okay, so
please.
this is not eggnog.
This is
Which I would not do.
That's what I was thinking about.
But what I will say is the conversations can be interesting, and I like it candid. I like it where there's no filters, because that's where you get the actual truth. And everyone knows that alcohol is a true serum.
Blame it on the alcohol.
So the first cocktail question is one that provokes some thought. And that question is, what do you think it would take to create a society that values racial and ethnic differences?
Oh, that's
I was about to say
question.
something else ignorant, but I'm going to keep it to myself.
What do you think it would take? And for you out there, what do you think it would take to create a society that values racial and ethnic differences? That's a heavy one.
A society where people mind their own goddamn business. Like, if you see somebody dressed a certain way, whether they wearing mismatched socks, their whole outfit is just all the way wrong, hair standing up on their head, or they're wearing a turban and, you know, traditional Muslim attire or traditional Sikh attire. If you are minding your business and you just consider, oh, well, that's just where they choose to be. Like, there's a lady who I work with. Her hair literally looks like, it's natural, but it looks like she just got up, washed her face, and walked out the door.
Oh, she got bed head.
It looks like
bed head. She got a Gumby, but it really, it ain't cut that way. She just laid on that side of her head.
Real talk. No, real talk.
Yeah,
that's what
good.
it looks like. But that is what she chooses. And I'm assuming that she chooses that because that's how it grows out of her head. You know what I mean? If Caucasian people and people who have hair that flows can just come to work because that's how it grows out of their head, then why can't we? Why do we have to manipulate and perm and
because we've been conditioned to make it seem as
this
though
lady chooses to
I've seen
this
that.
lady chooses to go against the grain, and she comes to work with the TWA, hair throw for those of you who don't know. She comes to work with the TWA. It's short hair, it's full hair, it has no form or style or part, nothing. That's just how she goes.
But we've been trying to be kept up, like even if we have
but that's how she chooses to wear it. I'm not gonna say, hey baby, don't you think you need to do something? You don't want no braids or nothing.
You just walk up on a pitch.
I feel like if we allow people to be who they are, then they can embrace their culture, they can embrace their names, they can embrace their style of dress, they can embrace everything.
I think that I think in our society, and honestly, I just think historically.
I don't need to drink no more.
Right now.
Right. And the man should be like, because that's why we're trying to be drunk as a mug. It's not milk and syrup.
And see, that honesty came out. What I will say is this: I think that we've been conditioned to be so judgmental.
Yeah.
And we're ill-informed.
Yeah.
And I think that because I think that what we don't do is we don't ask enough questions.
That part.
And what we do is we make assumptions. And I think that for a lot of people, when it comes to racial and ethnic differences, they base their information off of assumptions. They just think, oh, well, this is what it is. And they don't really know. And honestly, to even go even further, I think that people do things without themselves being informed.
Yeah.
So they do practices that they're really not truly informed about. And even when they come to what they call cultural appropriation, a lot of times what people are doing, they don't know why they're doing it. They don't know why they're wearing beard wrap. They don't know why they're wearing that cross or they're wearing that star. They're just doing it because
that's what everybody.
And that's the problem. And that's a great point because a lot of these things on today's generation is being taught from the racist parents from that time. That's constantly just keep bringing it up. Oh, you ain't supposed to. This person don't know why I don't like black people. I'm just doing it because this is how my family said we should be. So because it's been embedded in my brain since childhood on up. Now I hate black people, but I'm sitting back like, when you really sit back like, why do I hate black people? I have no real. If you ask a racist, why would you like us? They always stutter. They have no real answer.
Because it's been passed on from generation to generation. I mean, just like like I have locks. Like nobody in my family has locks. So
like did people make comments?
I mean, well, look, this was funny. My great aunt, Lord bless her soul. I was just starting my first set of locks. This is my third go. Start my first set of locks, and I had the little,
the starter lock,
the little coil. She looked at me. She said, "Who in the world put all them cat titties on your head?" It's my great aunt, so I ain't like I can be like, come back with nothing slick, She's like, this is not to go all cultural on it or whatever. I was like, she called them cat titties.
I wanted to go as far as says our culture. I think we are the most ignorant when it comes to other people's cultures because people study us. They may not understand the deep-seated or the deep-rooted culture, but they examine us and they know more about us than we do. And we make fun and we talk and we judge other cultures without even cracking a book or asking.
Right, on your own. Because people assume that, you got locks, so do you wash your hair? Like, hell yeah, I wash my hair.
But I think it even goes
how itchy that shit
that big.
Right, you run over that joint with that one, just
But even beyond, like they say, there's a culture of people being offended on behalf of a group. Like they feel like, this group should be offended, so I'm going to speak out. Like I just read an article today about, have you seen the Peloton commercials? The new exercise equipment or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love the equipment. Like I want it, but I don't have the room for it. But anyway, so apparently the actor who played the husband in one of these ads, one of the ads shows a woman who might be 110 pounds soaking wet. She gets one for Christmas from her husband, and the commercial is her filming her year-long fitness, whatever, and looking to her husband, and it's like, yay. And so there's a big deal about that. People are offended on behalf of, no, it's not even fat people. It's like, the 112-pound woman films her year-long journey to 110 pounds. Like, it's that whole sexism thing and looking to her husband for approval. Like, That's not it. Like, my thing is if you consider fitness as a whole, how do you know she's not training for endurance? How do you know that she's not training for? Well, no, not even anorexia, because I want to think healthy. But I mean, how do you know that she's not training to be able to do a triathlon or something like that? Like, people take it to people take it to the negative so quickly instead of considering, or like you said, asking enough questions.
But see, that's just like.
But why do you need to know?
Because people are nosy as hell. They're just nosy as hell.
But how about this? It's a commercial. Those are actors, but the male actor is actually getting backlash. He's a fucking actor.
I just can't take this. I really can't.
You know what it is? It's like, well, you said this to me, and well, why did you do this? It's like everybody has become so freaking whiny. Like, it's like every little thing. But you know what? That come from being overprotected. Like, think about it. When we was kids, we could ride on the back of a pickup truck with no goddamn seatbelt. You ain't have a rock in your lap to hold your ass down.
I rode a bike. Your mom sitting in the front.
Right.
I'll tell you another thing.
Hold on. It might be 15 people in the back seat of that long ass Lincoln, and all your cousins in the back of that bitch.
Let me tell you something.
Good.
My wrist cracked today because I rode a boy's bike for the first time. Didn't know that I couldn't push my feet back to stop. I had to squeeze the shit and ran into a brick wall and stopped myself with my hands. My wrist
to the old bike.
cracked today because of that.
Shit. No helmet.
No elbow pads.
You didn't still got them.
Let me tell you something. I learned thick skin not from school. I learned it from family. You had an old person. It was older, great aunts, great uncles that would talk shit about you to your face every day before you left out there. I mean, I had the elders in my family. You know, boys know what your ears with them, with your penis cracked between your legs like a gal.
You got a helicopter with some bumps in the back of them.
Them boys know you's a boy. You's now gal. They had a conversation.
What plantation did your family member come from?
Well, it wasn't a plantation.
Hey, goddamn it! I'm addicted. I can't.
But what I will say, you had thicker skin. You had to be able. You had to be tough. They taught you to be tough because the world. They prepared you for the world.
Yes.
They knew that the world would be better. They knew that you had to be tough for the world.
Yes.
And I think that people are extremely sensitive. Not that they don't have a right to be, but the fact is that I think that we're not teaching them to be resilient. We're not teaching them.
Just like with bullying. I mean, everybody got bullied at some point, and I mean, maybe not to the extent of that it is now because you got the internet and you can spread it all over the world, basically. But you know, if you got bullied, either you dealt with it or you dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you go in there and you do what the hell you need to do. You know what I mean? And
we want to shoot in schools though.
Hell no! That shit wasn't even crossing our minds.
I mean, but those things did happen.
It's now because children have been neglected for so long. The exact opposite is being taught. So you cannot say anything to a child. You have to have all these parameters put up and just.
I just think it takes the shit too damn far, and that's why you create psychopaths.
And I think that it's a conditioning that is handicapping out
exactly because it's like
young people that are between and
like you walking behind them, they 6 years old still walking and you walking behind them like they gonna fall. Like
I would say this for black people that, especially those young people that I work with in Baltimore City that are between the ages of 13 to 25, those young adults. It is such a disservice to them.
You've gotten them once they're too far gone.
It's such a disservice to them that they don't have the skills necessary for them to navigate the world when they reach the age of 17 and 18. They don't know how to do a resume. They don't know how to fill out an application.
Half of them can't even tell you where they are if they on the street.
They don't know how to be. They don't know how to present themselves. They don't know how to effectively communicate without the cell phone. They don't know how to look for information. They don't know how to ask the appropriate questions. They don't have the soft skills. And let me tell you how it's affected them, because it even goes even further to the colleges. Because what happens is these young individuals go to college, universities, and they still don't have the skills. So by the time they get into the workforce, to their careers, they're ill-equipped. And they can't handle the burden of the world. They can't handle
That's how they are now. And as a teacher, I never followed the rules, and maybe that's why I never kept a job as a teacher. But that's okay. It's a very short list of stuff that you can do. Like even embracing the child, and all of it is for a reason. But we're not allowed to even embrace a child that may be crying.
Right.
That's right. Sit there and let them cry out.
Well, yeah,
Where I came from
about that child line.
But where I came from, the generation of kids who could get spanked by a teacher.
Or another child.
Hell yeah.
What's going on and go back and say,
but all these interpretations. So if a teacher down the hall sees me hugging a child and interprets that as misconduct, I can get an investigation put on me. And I don't even know where it came from.
Right.
And it's crippling the children. And by the time you get them, they're already zombies. They're already in this mindset of not having anybody that wants to touch them or reach out to them or talk to them. And then you have the other teachers, like in my school, like you'll hear them just screaming at the children.
So I'm gonna say this also, it's a backlash, because what happens is that also for teaching, because of the situation, the stigmas associated, people are afraid to even get involved.
Because
they're afraid. I don't want to put myself in that predicament because it's trauma as well.
But my thing is, if I have learned as a single parent that it indeed takes a village to raise a child.
Not no more.
That's
mine.
But that's the whole. But see, that's the whole problem.
But that's why
whereas if I got in trouble in school, my teacher called my mother, and the babysitter knew, and the babysitter called my grandmother. Everybody knew. So by the time I got home,
everybody was aware.
Everybody was aware. I felt bad on the way home, and by I got home, my mother
torches outside the house.
My mother had to beat me because I was already so pitiful walking in. Like that was an insult to injury. Nowadays it's like my son had an awesome village. Like I'm grateful for the village that he had. But there are kids who don't have that. My child was singled out. He was bullied, and it wasn't like they had any commonality at all. This little kid didn't live near us. He didn't have any classes with my son. He bullied his own parents. And so the stuff that he was doing to my son, the stuff that he was saying to my son was like, what the hell is going on in real life?
You know what, and to tie it back to what the question originally was, which was, what do you think it would take to create a society that values racial and ethnic differences?
I had an answer, but I never.
I feel like this. In order for you to create that topic, you have to lead with, does it harm? If it doesn't harm anyone, then it's
whatever they are. This is the thing.
But I'm sorry. Part of the problem is I feel the need, and not me, but that person, that I have to validate what I think you're doing. So I can accept who you are. I don't need your acceptance. And we've grown into this community where I gotta give my approval so you can live your life.
Right.
This in general. And if we just this whole thing of equality versus ultimate power, like, do we really want equality in our sexes and our races and our genders? Do we want equality, or do we want to have ultimate power and control?
But what you're saying, that has always been there. It's just been silent back in the day, what you're talking about. As time goes on with this new generation where you got kids having kids, but they don't care, they just allowed to do whatever. Now, now what you're saying is so loud and out there where damn I gotta see validation to be who I want to be in life, to be black, to be gay, to be straight, to be this, to explore that, to do this. Now I need to
nobody even
you gotta now it's so loud where it used to be so hidden and secret. It's becoming so overwhelming, and it's just like I'm telling you, to your question, my answer, I had an answer, but after hearing, I don't even know if there is a road to get into that. The reason why I say that because with each generation, from what I've seen, as much goodness we put out there, hate will always seem to always rise.
But you know, I feel what you're saying when he said, you know, where if there is no harm, if there is no possibility of harm in what you're doing, if you choose to wear your hair pink, blue, and day glow orange, right, and you spank yourself every 30 seconds, it's not harming me.
Right.
You're not a danger to yourself. You enjoy what you do.
All by yourself.
Then by all
but what about people? But again, on the racism thing, you know, we're black. That's just what we're born as. Ain't like I can just go in.
I'm not a threat to you unless you're a threat to me.
That's what. See, the problem what I have is that I don't think racism is ever going to die until people start being leaders and stop being followers.
But then people start telling the damn truth, because there's a whole lot of truth that ain't being told.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And so now you painting this picture for the same face with them, right? And now you paint a picture for us that's making us look like, you know, like we ain't never been nothing, ain't never did shit, this, that, and the other. But it's like that's not true. You know, if you equally put the information out there where you let it be known that okay, yeah, it's been some white people that did some good stuff, just like it's been a slew of black people that's done some good stuff. You know, it's been a slew of, you know, whatever race of people that's done some good stuff, but don't try to make it just a black and white situation where it's like, you know, oh well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like.
And that, my friends, is called ethnocentrism.
Yep.
We measure culture based off of ourselves. And what we can't do is use ourselves as a barometer for everyone else.
No, you can't.
Because you do not need to be.
And with
that being said, and with that.
He got some education. Use the degrees. Shit. Spell it. He said B-A-R.
He will Google it. Keep it online. He's not even going to type it. He got a beat. Can you spell? Ethnocentrism. So what I will say is, this is the Cocktail Social. We're going to break. Get your cocktail, and we'll come back with another cocktail questions.
Yeah.
All right.
I was talking before they can be vacant.
Be Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's
period.
Real. Right. That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right. And all that old money shouldn't go toward this, money should go to, if the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week, you don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is. Radio show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social. We're on our next cocktail question. Oh my goodness.
It looked like it's red turds in the motherfucker. I
said it was
I'm thinking maybe it could be rice pudding.
That was my first.
Is it rice pudding?
That's not it.
Peas and rice?
That's
not
macaroni
it.
and cheese.
What's the black shit in it?
That is burnt oregano.
Who the fuck did this shit?
That was my Thanksgiving, not my Thanksgiving, but I went over to my house and that's what they did.
So
you going down.
The next,
and that was the end of the night.
And you know macaroni and cheese usually one of the first things to go. So that shows you exactly what the fuck everybody else was thinking. What is
In my house, that was the first.
I thought it was fucking rice pudding with raisins in it. What the fuck is that?
So we're back on.
I understand.
But can we establish, is that a black thing or is that an all family thing?
What's that?
Macaroni and cheese is the first thing to go.
It's a black
Is this a black thing?
It's the first thing we watched.
I don't know, because white people like mac, but they call it mac and cheese.
No, but they like green bean
mac and cheese.
casserole, and that shit looks nasty.
Macaroni and cheese.
Green bean casserole.
You like some mac and cheese?
It's like green beans.
That sounds like you used to eat a spread.
I don't want that shit. I want my motherfucking cheese to be able to chew that bitch. I'm gonna need
the pull for the
right, to string that bitch along. Like I want that shit to damn near choke me. I want that piece to slide down, but the cheese still attached to it. So
I want that cheese that looks like it's a macaroni noodle, but it's really a
Come back.
I'm sorry. We were talking about Thanksgiving again.
I ain't ate all day. I need something to eat. Come on. Shit.
Next question.
Hi, Missy. I love you. Mwah, mwah. So the next question. This is, and so I answered. So for that young person with the critique that said we weren't social political,
I was about to say
that was the social political we're going to
That was just for you. Just for you.
Thank you, darling.
So the next question.
All right.
Is
yes.
If you had to describe the most erotic thing men
how the hell you
wear.
jump? You don't even transition. You just go right.
Yeah, because that was.
I thought we was doing something else.
Right. I mean, because or whatever.
If you had to describe the most erotic thing men or women could wear, what would it be?
I'm basic.
Men can't really do too much.
Hold on, one at a time. If you could describe, if you alone could describe the most erotic thing men or women could wear, what would it be? What's an erotic thing?
For me,
or for you?
A condom.
Anything left. That's a given. That's a given.
You want to really
bitch with a green condom on, like,
baby, you sexy.
My answer is quick, fast, and simple. I find leather very erotic for me. Anything leather, especially if the person is real masculine and dominated with it. That to me, that's erotic.
Oh, so you just tore Eddie Murphy up in the back of the day and
Man, that motherfucker hot as hell.
Hilarious.
First of all, it'd have been some steam coming from if it was a cool, that little mist come from out of there. Right. Body heat.
Like
it's
spurts coming out that bitch.
But I also I think what's very erotic is I like to see when the African men be dressing in the headpiece and the
top piece,
the top piece and stuff.
With the Tarzan
loincloth.
Yeah, I think that's very sexy.
Loincloth? Oh, you like loincloth?
If they like that masculine physique and they have that shit is high. I think that's totally
Well, shit. I mean, shit. They always say when girls wear a skirt, it's easy access. So let me see what's under that loincloth.
Today is Jason Derulo's new picture. Have you seen?
I have not. Please share. Share, darling. Share.
If I'm showing, go next.
Yeah.
My mom.
Erotic male or women? Erotic.
I'm on here.
I never.
And mind you, he said that he wasn't even hard.
Oh, show me it. Show me it. Okay. Show me it. Show me it.
Did he say?
Oh.
He said he was the okay.
Oh. Well, then there now.
Well, fuck that. I need to be no.
Well, then there now.
It was Photoshop.
You think it's Photoshop? I got one that's
I
not
don't know if it was
Photoshop.
Photoshop, but I'd be willing to
First of all,
testify.
wait a minute,
You remember
Socialites.
this?
No, you got that wet. I don't give a damn. Don't nothing top that wet picture of Idris Elba with that linen outfit on. What is it? Oh yes. Oh yeah.
First of all,
I'm sorry.
Cop is right.
Social has gone left field.
Oh my goodness.
ADHD like a motherfucker.
Something in Alpha.
You already did that with the
Right, everybody showing dick pics. Like, oh wait a minute, you ain't saying shit till you saying
You
nothing.
showed this shit lasagna, and that was not.
Lasagna. Is that what that was? That shit, whatever it was, had olives in it. Black ones.
Derek is gonna hate you forever. Derek is gonna hate you.
She must have used blue cheese. She must have used blue cheese. And that shit had
That's not erotic.
No.
I think anything that's not like formal, but like church clothes or like dresses.
Not church clothes.
But not, I didn't even say dress clothes, but like.
She said church clothes. He didn't say business.
You mean like the church
clothes?
suit? I love that.
Okay.
No, not a suit, but just like.
Just something formal.
That casual kind of, yeah. Now that I will say that because I like when they wear their little sweaters and then they got their jeans and their boots on and
That's
like
exotic?
It's like no, it's not exotic, but it's damn sure a turn on.
Erotic.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
why you said leather.
That's why school.
Oh, that's why
y'all need to stay in school.
Reading is fundamental.
I'm drinking your drink, so it's your fault.
Well, for me, it's something.
What the fuck is it?
It's delicious, is what it is.
Yes, it is. I shall agree.
I like
The ice have said it.
a smile or a look that says, "I know something you don't
Drinking
know."
a cup
That's
of
erotic.
dog sperm.
Find it.
That is erotic.
It's a smile.
That is.
It's a look or a smile that says,
That's what
"I got
this down.
It's like
I'm a
I got
sucker for a
secret.
smile. A cute ass smile.
I don't even care about a cute smile, but if
A
you're
really
smiling
nice
saying,
smile,
I'm
and
keeping
it's
a
just
secret,
like,
why don't you come holler at me and find out what it is?
You might find out he got hemorrhoids.
That secret could be anything. I'm a lady, really. Like that secret could be anything.
I'm just trying to tie in the previous conversation.
I quit him just now. We broke up.
I'm sorry.
It's official.
Secrets could be any. Today we live in.
We broke up
Oh, well,
just
if
now.
we don't go that. Well, I like when someone is taller than me and then I look up and they're looking down and be like gazing at each other.
Oh.
Like, that's erotic to me.
Bitch.
Like, no. It's almost like
He got a big strong ass baby.
Like
Hey, what the fuck you looking at?
You're taller than me and you're looking down at me and I'm short, I'm looking up at you, and it's almost like this sense of intimidation I'm feeling from you that's actually turning me on.
Well, shit, you can get that
but
shit
I feel
on
like
your
you're really about to conquer and dominate. That's erotic.
Now my thing is it a
Thank you.
Is it a dick at face?
I like that too.
That is why we normally sit next to each other.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make my knees
I like that
shake,
too,
bitch.
yeah.
Like this man.
Because I'm trying to
Make
make
me scared that if I say the wrong thing, you gonna duct tape my mouth.
In my mind, because in my mind, I'm looking
There you
like,
get real
in my
gay.
mind, honestly, in that moment, I'm like, this man is about to polarize my ass. I want every last single bit of
Say that again.
Wait, say it again, baby.
I'm in that moment,
give me that
I'm
cup.
looking
That
like
cup is
this man
going.
is about
No
to
more
polarize my ass.
Pulverized
Just,
daddy.
honey, just
Yes,
dig
daddy.
deep.
Oh, that's what you call a double D.
Yeah.
A deep digger.
And I want the rum chowder to come out.
I don't want no rum chowder to come
I
out.
don't know about the. You talking about that?
And with that, this is the cocktail social. And this is what happens when you are with your friends and you're at a cocktail at a happy hour. Get your cocktail and join us after this commercial break.
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. So no matter what you up, you gotta go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father dead. Mom's bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen this less than all your friends. But it a joke because your mother was a crackhead. Older sister hoeing off, giving all her homies head. I could wait for your response, but they love to hear me talk, so I just wait for the applause. I always knew that I was great, I got them haters so appalled. I'ma make it out the darkness, and my word is my bond. Delivering these bars while I'm gripping on my balls. Jealous niggas hate to see you succeed, so fuck them all. I'm the master of my destiny, nigga, you not in charge. You either on your grind or in the way, so get lost. Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Shit be stressful, my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life, and it's the code that I live by. And you know how it is, where we at, nigga. They say money can't buy happiness, but I be happy as a bitch when I can have dinner. Learn from your losses or you end up like the last nigga. I fall off, I bounce back, I really come from the dirt. But if you wanna make it happen, gotta put in the work. The word will kick you when you down, and I know this shit hurt. And it's crazy cause your family, your shit on you first. My sister stabbed me in my chest, I had a hole in my shirt. I never said a prayer for her on my way to the hearse. I died twice that night, man, I'm just happy to be here. And shit like that is the reason I never be scared. Was drifting through the smoke in the field, I couldn't see clear. It's deeper than the rap, I'm where the bottom of the sea is. Was trying to make it happen till I happen to ball. It's all mind over matter, the fuck the matter with y'all, huh? Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Shit be stressful, my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life, and it's the code that I live by.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Black by Demand radio show.
Control. They said she wouldn't so they didn't know if she had a weapon. So it's just a mess. So yeah, you do have to have these discussions.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Okay, welcome back to the Cocktail Social. We have had a live social moment that we have. Had, well, I mean, So we've had a very live cocktail social.
So.
And we've gone around the world. We've been social political. We went to sex.
Yeah.
We talked about Thanksgiving.
Indeed.
So I'm going to get to some of the crazy sides.
All right, here we go. All right, and roll.
Do I need an adult?
What's the craziest thing you've ever done because of a breakup?
Oh, well. So,
what's the craziest? And for you out there, this is what I want to know. What's the craziest?
What you mean? You mean like after the breakup, you like?
What's the craziest thing you've ever done because of a breakup? Now you all know what the fuck I'm talking about. You had somebody that you were head over heels with.
I do.
And they broke up with you.
I glued his dick to his leg.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I was like,
I would never assault a dick like that. If you know me, I would never do that. Yeah.
Not to a perfectly
good dick. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm sorry.
So,
the craziest thing?
What's the craziest? And we've all done some things crazy in love.
Like
so
what?
What? That's why I opened it up to you. You know I said.
I don't know, because I don't do that type of shit. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for it.
You don't want to be with me?
I mean, if you want to see the crazy, I done drove to a motherfucking house for hanging up.
I mean, I don't know if it's called crazy. I've never done no crazy stuff. Like, I've seen people cut off their man's penis.
Oh, no, ain't nobody going to see you never had the dick. See, you're taking it too far. You don't just have the dick.
Come in and find their person cheating, they dump them, and then they pull out a gun. And, you know, some people do some crazy stuff.
And shit ain't.
After your first heartbreak?
Yes.
Okay.
My first heartbreak, I hit that credit card.
And they just hit your ass up.
They talking about
They're like,
that's their
my money in.
That's their right now.
That's their Jack account. So, it's a Jack account.
Grinder.
Oh, God.
Scruff.
Hey.
Rough account.
Is that real?
Yeah, I have.
What?
I have all of them.
Well, right then.
And I'm not ashamed. I had Scruff, Grinder, Jack, A for A.
I have no idea what any of that shit is.
I'm gonna get
So pause. Let me put up what's the name. Let me pause that question.
Can't even drink.
Let me pause that question. No, I can't. I'm gonna pause that question because I have to say something about those websites. I always thought that those websites, when you were on those websites, something was wrong with you.
Oh.
Really?
Well, I don't know what it is, so
the problem that I
Wow.
have is my intention for when I have to admit that I just joined like 2 of them, and I'm about to erase them. Wow.
Because you might hit he might be Big Dick Youngin. Y'all might be inboxing each other.
No, but my intention for doing it is because I never had a normal dating experience.
I don't think people know how to date.
No, but see, that's the problem because I was used to being in relationships or at least having someone. And I think everybody on there is just ready to poke somebody.
Well, and
that's not true.
Time out and pause. So we've been together for 2 years
All the
now.
nasty pictures.
I met my guy on one of those dating apps. On the day that I was like, I'm done. Like, I was like, forget this. You get dudes in your inbox showing you their PP. You ain't asked for. Penis is not attractive. First of all, all penis ain't. No, because some of the motherfuckers is ugly. You know what I mean? Sometimes they like, they got that little, turtle head. Yeah, the penis. Them motherfuckers. There's some ugly motherfucking penises out here. There's some ugly goddamn penises. And when you open up a message and you're not expecting penis, I don't want no ugly penis. I don't want no ugly penis. But
before you even ask somebody their name.
Yeah, it's ungood.
Right. So the reason I said my comment, and it was judgmental, and I'm not judging people. I'm just saying that what I believe is that a lot of people who are on those sites are socially inept.
You can call them lonely.
And I think that they don't have the skills to actually navigate a romantic or social situation. And for me, that's why I never really I don't believe I was there. I'm the type of person who I like to test things. And so I was on those websites and on those chat lines and things like that. And I never honestly, I would always walk away and be like, why the fuck am I here? Because I always felt like, first of all, something's wrong with me.
Right.
Because I can't have a conversation with someone. And I feel like the people that are there can't have decent conversation. They don't know how to court one another. And it's always about sex. And the thing is after you have the sex, then there is nothing else. They go to the next person. You're back on the line. You're searching for another fling. And it's like, and then what I found is that a lot of them had personality disorders.
Listen.
And so there was a lot of narcissists.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I found what I had is all of them. The ones is that let me tell you, anybody that has to, first of all, if you are good looking You got a sexy ass body, you got a sexy face, you're articulate and you're intelligent and you have a job and you're on that site. Why the fuck can't you meet somebody outside?
I'm gonna tell you when I
Well, your personality jacked
Can
up.
I explain? Can I answer your question?
Part of it is, I think some people are just socially awkward in real life.
Yeah.
And those lines allow people to be more open and more comfortable with their interactions.
But I think
it turns into something totally different because it turns into narcissism.
It
And they
does.
begin to be these, and I'm not saying everybody, I'm not, because we've used them, but I don't like the fact that I know what your anatomy looks like, or I know what you like sexually, and I don't even know your fucking name.
Well, my thing is not even about the anatomy. My thing is that if you are your face, like I would like to, if you are your face,
right?
But I would like for something. I would like a little bit more depth.
You like, yes.
And I think what happens is because it's only a superficial. And
No,
a
it's
lot
saying
of
the
times
same
it's
thing.
always the surface. It's always about, age, sex, location. What size are you? Which are you, a top or bottom? You know what I'm saying? Is you trying to link tonight? It's no real depth. And I think that after you get to the point where you hit, after you hit, then there is nothing. And I think that the fact of the matter is, and then when you do get in a relationship with someone that's from those sites, you always have that thought in the back of your mind that they're still there, still searching for another flick.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I met my guy. We're 2 years in. I met my guy on one of those sites, and it was just like I said, on the day that I decided that I was getting ready to shut down the account because I had so many. Like my profile said, like, don't be asking me about my panties. Like, don't ask me nothing about sex. That's not what I'm here for.
And that would be the first thing that they ask you.
Precisely. You shipping me a picture
I think it's
of
because of the
penis,
internet.
telling
You
me
know, back in the
about
day, the
sex and
internet
all of
was
that.
nasty.
Like, it's not. But it's not cool. But that wasn't what I was there for.
Right.
And the day that I decided that I was off, the dude hit me and he made me laugh. Like, that was the only thing that allowed me to continue to have a conversation with him, was that he made me laugh off some intellectual nerd bullshit. And I was like, okay, I'll talk to you. You can't have my phone number. Like, we gonna talk on this app for a minute. Then I gave him my job number. And then eventually it was like we talked every day. And we've been talking every day since. It's 2 years in. But them jokers that I got before that day, listen, it was scary out there. It was scary. Like, I would tell people, being polite, like, okay, I'm not interested. Happy fishing. Like, enjoy.
Plenty of fish.
And dudes would cuss me all the way out. Like, why are you cussing me out? That part.
And so on my take of the apps, because I'm on the apps, and I'm on the apps.
Only app I'm on is Uber Eats.
I cannot. Get in a Drizzly, they will deliver you liquor.
Exactly. Oh, wait a minute, who is that?
Drizzly.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk
Drizzly.
People are ignorant. They spilling your shit, touching your food.
Yeah, I don't want no shit there. I don't eat that shit.
Don't finger me,
goddamn,
without permission.
My thing about the apps where you meet people is it's all on what you're going there for. Like the first question we asked, we said people need to mind it, let people live there. Whoever you're on the app looking for sex, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? That's none of my business. I could be on there on a Tuesday on there just browsing because I'm bored and just want to see who's on, just want to look at pictures, just want to converse, and hey, you want to share a picture? Yeah, I'll share a pic, and we go, and that's it. I'm not always on there just because I want to meet someone. I'm on there
just on there.
It's entertainment.
Right. It's entertainment.
But then I have my days when I get on there and I'm like, if I get a hit, that's my decision. I may get a hit.
But that's cool though.
So it's all about. They're not, to me, they're not bad things to get on. To me, first of all, gay, and I'm gonna talk about the gay ones, the ones I get on. I always felt like they were made for DL people anyway. Because it's a site for DL guys to get on and to do that. Is that a good thing? I like DL guys, but I think it's really fucked up. You should tell your partners what you do. That's just my personal thing. But they're on there for people who are DL or who
Fix your lips, yo.
Some people don't go to gay bars. Some people don't go to straight bars. Some people don't like that type. Some people have a social anxiety where this site is what they have to help them find what they're looking for.
Especially if
I
they
can
have
never
certain
dog that
jobs.
site because I can never dog those sites because if it wasn't for Jack, I would never found the boy who I fell in love with in Texas. Unfortunately, he passed away. But I found him on Jack, and we both deleted our profiles. And we both did it in front of each other, and we was happy with it. I didn't think he was on there. I didn't feel like he was. I get it because I dated someone who I met on there, and I thought they were still on there, even though I deleted, and they were. So I get what you were saying. That is true, but you can't go on. I can't go on all. If I keep going on everything that's negative about it, then. What am I going to live my life?
But see, I mean, it's all in what you make it. Like you said, I mean, if you're on there, like, aiming to, you know, if you're on there for sex, you're going to attract people that want sex. If you on there for love, you're going to find people that's looking for love. Because like, it's all in what you make it.
People hit my profile all the time. I'm a masculine bottom because that's what I am. But then I get bottles and hit on me. You know, I flirt with them. I think it's very good that you look at my. But they
can't do shit. They just in there spooning and shit.
Instead of being so nerve wracking.
What is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here.
I'll speak to be polite because I'm a polite person. Even if someone hit on me that I don't find, I'm still gonna say hello.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to continue on for conversation with you unless it's a good conversation. Is not about sex, which I have a lot of those conversations on the app.
Right, and you say, I'm sorry, not interested, enjoy whatever.
I agree, but I just believe that a lot of times the people that, and it may be me, just from just my observation, that a lot of them lack the personality to sustain anything substantial. And I will say this, I will say that a lot of them that actually go on those sites are looking for something more, but because they're damaged, and because they're, you know what I mean? And what happens is that this is my thing. Because when I was there, the reason that I was on there was because I was coming out and I didn't know where to go at for you know what I mean? I didn't know how to find gay men. I didn't know who to look for, what to look for. And so I was searching and I wasn't out there hacking for gay men. I wasn't hacking.
We was on shit like, but that time we was on shit like Megaphone. That's what they had. What's the black one that used to be?
Black people meet Black Planet.
Black Planet. What I'm talking about. Black Planet. We had Black Planet.
But even still, I think the thing so a person who I met in 2000. I'm not gonna say his name, but I met someone on A4A on AOL. AOL when they had the chat rooms and they had Baltimore Men for Men. I met one of my closest friends on there, and I just seen the sex talk, and I was young and I was curious. I was like, wow, this is what's going on. And that was another thing. And I was curious.
Yeah, it was curiosity.
But the internet back then was just known for like
I felt the same way you felt about when I first got on A4A. I was like, I don't belong on here. I'm too good for this. But and I felt like I was judging these people saying they weren't good.
That's not judging anybody. If you feel like you're better than what the standard is on it, that's fine. You're not judging anybody.
There's a lot of good people.
Maybe.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm old fashioned, and I will admit that too. And I will say this. I'm old fashioned, so I believe in chivalry. I believe in romance, and I'm not the type of person, believe it or not, as flirtatious and sexual as I am. I don't like to get immediately. I like to get to know you. And I like to have a decent conversation. And I think what happens is that even though you may have a conversation with them to initially get to know them, I wanted to have something a little bit deeper. And I think that there are a lot of people that get on those sites looking for something deeper. And what happens is that they get the superficial stuff and it ruins their chances of having something.
It is like
that's if you accept it.
And you know what? It is finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah,
like, where's Waldo?
Right.
But life is that way for you. So.
True story.
For me, it was never me bashing it, because for me, the reason I did it is because I'm a public person. I work with children. I had so many, and I don't want to meet anybody doing this. I don't want to meet anybody in the audience after I did a play. I didn't want to meet people like that because it creeps me out.
See, one thing I want to change right here on the narrative right here is, an intelligent person would know that you're not bashing.
Right.
That's just what you like. It's just something that you don't prefer. It's not bashing. This is not what I do. You know, I'm not like you said, no judgment. This is how I saw it. This is how I view it. It's not bashing. Now, only a person who's insecure or you done said something that's right is going to feel some kind of way about it.
And that's,
you know?
and that's what
to those people.
I normally get a certain type of person that is interested in me. And I don't want that. Because I don't want to know what you look like without your clothes on. Right, fuck. I want to get to know somebody, and for me, it's not anything serious.
So
even if worst case scenario, we do sleep together, I don't want my first if something happens to you in the process of you leaving my home. I don't know who you are. All I can say is, well, this what the body look like. That's all I really know.
Your picture look like a melted candle on that motherfucker. Like all his shit just run together.
It's just what your intentions are. The only issue I have with it is people have used it to mask who they really are.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I have a problem
I think that's the internet.
That's what I'm saying. On the internet, like that's why people get nasty online because they know can't nobody see them. They can talk all the shit they can.
The problem with these internet apps now, where they used to be something you get on, blah blah blah. Now you got predators or who don't like homosexuals getting on. Like the boy who died in Dallas, Texas, he met some guy who was straight and he planned on killing a homosexual, and he met this guy. I knew the guy. I met the guy. No, they didn't have sex or nothing. He got in his car and put out a gun and shot him, and the boy sped off, and he jumped out the car and he ran into an apartment building. And he died. They caught him, but you got a lot of cases like that going on now.
Which you know what? Scary to
I lived on. I never forget. I lived on St. Paul Street. There was a young girl, a child that that exact same thing. She met someone offline. They actually had sex. The family was in the rooms around them, and they got into a scuffle with them, put a pillow over the child's head and shot him. And the family didn't even know that their child was in the room dating. That's the reality. And so my thing is that, and believe it or not, and for me, my thing is when you think of predators, there are young predators.
Yeah,
there are children.
Oh, I know that for a fact because I done worked with
older people.
Several.
You know, there are older people the pendulum swings both ways.
Yeah.
And so what I say is that, you know, in my opinion, those sites, you know, because you don't know what you're getting into. Me personally, and it's just me, even with a person I meet on outside, there is always that possibility that you don't know what you're doing. But the reality is that me seeing you, me being in your presence, I can pick up a vibe.
You get energy, a vibe.
I can't pick up a vibe
through a computer.
Usually, because we have such a failed, we don't know how to communicate effectively with us. In each other's presence, so we misinterpret. We misinterpret a lot of stuff that we see online. I mean, even a conversation today. You know, people you say a joke to them, the first thing they think, well, you know, I'm not really a sexual person. No, that was a joke.
I'm like, hold up, I was joking.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But that's because nobody's verbally talking to each other anymore. And everything is through the computer, and you cannot detect emotions through the fucking computer, which is why they came up with emojis, which ain't shit.
Right. That's why
you can say something, you know what I'm saying? You can say something and be, you know, you could be being real slick out your mouth
and
with
someone be like, bitch, what you
but
like
because it's in a text message, you don't know if somebody's mad, you don't say they joking, you don't know what's going on. But in person, you can look in somebody's face and be like, oh, this bitch
but people don't know how
is
to
trying
talk
to be
to people.
vindictive, or this person is, you know, you can pick up on vibes. And it's like they don't have that.
Social skills are gone.
They're gone.
Even the days of writing pen pals are gone.
First of all, they ain't even
these people.
First of all, you ever seen
they don't write.
Kids write like they text.
I used to do the pen pals.
They write like they text. I
used to have a pen pal friend in California when I was a child, and we wrote each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Now we used to do like an Ascension Tuesday, like when we used to Ascension Thursday. We used to tie postcards to balloons. And we would release them, and they would go like you would just.
You were homeschooled.
No, I wasn't homeschooled.
No, it's like Ascension Tuesday.
I went to Catholic school. It was Ascension Thursday, I think it was, and they used to purchase balloons and used to put your name and address and stuff on it, and you would release the balloon.
You can't do that.
And then if somebody found them, they would write back and say, "Hey, I found your balloon," and such and such if they found it. But now, shit, you can't do none of that shit. Shit. Fuck around and somebody you stand up and be a fucking circus clown standing outside your door.
Told you do that?
Back in the day, it was called Ascension Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It was around the time of like say Easter or something like that. We used to take
the man at that time.
You said what?
That's what the time the smoke.
I can't.
I'm done. Did this motherfucker? I'm done. I was gonna say Mayor Schaefer out that motherfucker. It was Mayor Schaefer was the city that breathed the greatest, and then the greatest city in America. Who came up with that shit?
And on that note,
who came up with that shit?
I know that note.
Not the city that reads. Not when you got motherfuckers in there talking about the dog went to the dog went to the store and he was the dog.
Can I tell you something? That was the kid that you'd be like,
right. Look, they call on that motherfucker to read, you be like,
Not the truth. You like,
it's the truth.
You're like this motherfucker.
Oh my god.
but
or the smartest one always wanted to read. I just didn't hate that shit.
I read real fast and shit. They just try to read real fast.
I was the kid that got sent to another classroom to read.
I'll read it.
I read on a 5th grade level.
Well, you got thrown out. Right. You got thrown out.
What I will say is, this has been the Cocktail Social.
It has been.
Over.
I know. It's over. We've come to the end of the show.
Yeah. I'm
sorry.
Hurry up. 3 things that you need for Thanksgiving, food wise. 3 things.
Oh,
real
shit.
quick.
Stuffing. Gotta have your turkey. And maybe macaroni and cheese. Come on, you better be playing. Macaroni and cheese.
Is it meat in your stuffing?
Fuck yeah!
Thank you.
I put sausage stuffing. Motherfucking sausage stuffing.
Next week.
Motherfucking sausage stuffing. They need that bullshit ass fucking meat like sausage stuffing.
Only thing was vegan was that macaroni, okay?
With olives in it. The Cocktail Social. This is our online happy hour.
Bitch, we done figured out what was in your macaroni, bitch.
Olives, black olives.
I would like to say we appreciate you. We enjoy you. We like your comments. Happy holidays. And this is the Cocktail Social. Join us next week.
Raisins. One of the two.
Rat turds. Well, you know there's a movie coming out.
Like keys only have this bitch jumping.
Okay. If I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, hold up.